What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 20 of The Hard Stuff with Bailey and Caleb. Episode 20, that means we got Caleb's pick.
Yes, we do, and it's a good one. I'm excited.
I don't know about this one, man. What do we got?
We've got Cabo Wabo Tequila. That's all it says on the bottle, really.
Great.
Product of Mexico. Oh, handcrafted from 100% Weber Blue agave in the highlands of Jalisco, Mexico. Our tequila reveals the true flavor and earthy character of its origins. One of the finest tequilas in the world.
And you said the price reflected that, I believe?
Well, there are some definitely higher tequilas, but this bottle ran me for 3 cups. So we're 750 mils, was $110 after tax.
That's not bad. So probably 90 American, 85 maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Not horrendous. Definitely the most expensive bottle we've had.
Yep.
This tops my 007 last week.
Have you had this before?
No.
I love it. This is my personal favorite tequila that I've had.
I never drink tequila to enjoy tequila. I always drink tequila to not remember.
I'll give credit to my dad for this. I think it was graduation.
College graduation, of course.
Whatever it was, I actually can't remember the exact reason, but he got me a bottle of it, and it kind of got me into the higher end tequilas, because then I got into work, got my own money, started buying some, and I still like this one the most.
All right. I don't drink tequila to drink tequila, so we'll see how it goes.
Why do you drink tequila?
Usually to blackout.
Okay. Drink responsibly, please.
Yeah, you bet.
This one says, for tasting notes, aged in American oak barrels for at least 3 months, but our tequila Rispado marries aromas and flavors sweet limes, oranges, and fresh herbs.
So it should be kind of fruity. Sweet, at least.
Yeah, if I recall, like it has been a while since I've had this. In my opinion, you get the woody flavor in this one, but it comes through nicely. It's not like this tastes like a barrel and is shitty.
All right. I'll trust you. Is this like a shot tequila or like a sipping tequila?
I don't know. Kind of your choice.
Okay, great.
I like sipping on it. We already have the bottle chilled. If it's not like on ice, it's good that way.
Yeah.
But it also goes down really smooth.
All right. It's a nice looking bottle, honestly. It is really nice looking. All right. The smell isn't like a harsh tequila bite.
Yeah, it's not like a bottle of Jose.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, all right, down the hatch.
Yep, I love that.
Still don't like tequila. I'll probably have like 4 of those later, but
Oh, no, I have no doubt of that. But
just,
as a sip, like I like that. You drank yours a little faster.
it's just not a drink that I would sit around and drink. Tequila's never been like that for me, so.
Fair enough. I do enjoy this one in a nice day in the summer.
It is a good tequila, though. I'll give you that. Like, I don't even know what you could mix that with, but I just don't like tequila.
Yeah, and I don't normally mix it, honestly.
I don't think you could mix a tequila.
Because I find when you go for the cheaper ones, it's a shot, no questions asked.
Yeah.
It still sucks as a shot. It's hot.
Yeah.
And
that wasn't hot. I'll give you that. Like, it was smooth. I just genuinely don't like the taste of tequila, I think.
Fair enough. And then, when you get into these ones, it can still be a shot, but you enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Like it's a celebration shot.
Yeah, it's not
Where you
whining
sit
and
there and
screaming
sip
for a
on this
lime.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I know obviously there's a lot of drinks, but I'm not a very big buy it to mix.
No, me either. But whatever.
Okay, so what's the rating?
I mean, as a tequila, like, it's one of the better tequilas I've ever had. I've done a tequila tour in Mexico. Like, I've had good tequilas, but it's still a tequila to me. So I give that like an 8. I think it's good.
Yeah.
It's not been the best I've ever tried, but like as a drink itself, it's like a 3 because I just hate tequila. So.
Okay, so I might get a clip for something. This might go up on social media later tonight. We're going to be drinking, and I'm going to get a post-intoxicated review from Bailey on this drink.
It'll be a 10 and fucking... Yeah, ask me in 10 hours. It'll be a 10 for sure.
Okay, perfect. So, expect to come back to that one.
Yeah. So for you, you're saying that's one of your favorites? What do you give that?
It is. Like, there's a few tequilas I still want to try that I've plain and simply been too poor to try.
Oh, fair.
So I'm going to leave this at a 9 because I want a gap in there. But I at any time could get a bottle of this and enjoy a glass.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that my favorite tequila ever, I just found it from like some street vendor in Lapa, Mexico. Yeah. It was a grapefruit-based tequila. Oh, it was so good.
Actually, in contention with one of these, one of my family members had from Mexico too. It was a coconut tequila.
Ooh, that'd be decent. I think.
Really cool hand-carved bottle and stuff that came out from down there. And that was also borderline as close. So there's definitely some room to grow in there.
All right. We'll revisit once we start getting some more money in. Okay. So what do you want to start with? Top down?
Well, I don't know. I think we have to start in with the Super Bowl.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
We're a week late now from when you'll hear this, but it happened the day after our last episode, so let's jump in.
Oh, yeah, I guess, we were last Saturday. Okay, so Rams won by 3? I don't even remember now.
I don't remember either.
We watched the fucking game, and I don't remember.
The Rams won, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, the Rams won easily the worst. Yeah, by 3. 23-20. Easily the worst second half of a Super Bowl game I've ever seen. Not even for one team. There was just like shit calls both ways.
It was. I agree with that opinion. The first half, it was good football. It was fun to watch. They got up at
early.
Yeah, Rams got up at the start.
Yeah.
And it was a worry. You're like, oh my God, is this going to be the steamroll?
Yeah.
Bengals fought back. Their kick came in second, was really tight. And it was really, really good. And then some of it from the reffing, some of it from the players.
Yeah, I mean, a blatant face mask grab on Ramsey.
Yeah.
To free up for a touchdown. And then going the other way, you've got a terrible missed offside call on Aaron Donald at the end of the game. I mean, there was like, who the hell is it? Eli Apple?
Yep.
Just molesting Cooper Kupp in the end zone. Grabbing his shirt.
There was a lot of that on both sides, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Lots of holding off the line, so it's like you're chasing. They were grabbing jerseys. Like,
yeah, that's why I can't blame the refs for the Bengals loss because they fucked both teams equally.
Yeah, and for anyone that hasn't seen it or has seen it and has talked about it afterwards, you hear a lot about that. Refs fucking won the Rams the bowl in the fourth and blah, blah, blah. And yes, okay, the call was questionable, but there was a lot of other shit that if you paid attention that half, it's like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff earlier in the game was going the Bengals' way.
Yeah.
I mean, if you grab a guy by the face mask and throw him to get open,
yeah,
that's probably a call, right?
Highlighted on the jumbo screen. It's on all of our replays.
Yeah.
The rest,
Yeah. But the one thing I want to talk about is, do you think you could have done better than Eli Apple at guarding Cooper Kupp in the last play? Because I do.
I'm just going to leave it to the professionals.
I hope that professional gets fired. That guy lost me $11 in bets. So that's where I'm going to stand with that.
It kind of goes in line with the rest of everything we've talked about. It's so much so it doesn't matter. Like,
no,
that
it
game
doesn't.
was kind of brutal. What happened. Again, I was cheering for the Rams because everyone else in my house at the time was cheering for the Bengals.
I don't remember it like that at all.
I wasn't severely invested in either of these teams. And at least the first half was good football. Like, I'm still happy that I watched the Super Bowl. I'm not.
Yeah,
like,
so it was a good
it.
Super Bowl, especially because it was a close game.
Yeah.
It wasn't a blowout either way. It wasn't the role that everybody thought the Rams would have.
Exactly. Everyone thought Bengals were either. Everyone was expecting a blowout, I feel, just one way or the other.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're up 2016 going into the fourth, I think the Bengals were feeling very good, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they were up through 3. Like, they were having a very good game.
I just want to know, because I'm pretty sure this is the exact inverse of your score prediction.
No, I had 24-21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
close
so
enough,
very
then.
close. Very close. But Aaron Donald, I guess he's not retiring. He is retiring.
I think I've heard him say both.
Yeah. I think he is going to retire unless they re-sign him and a couple of the other free agents, was what he said.
Okay.
So he wants to keep the team how it was because they won a Super Bowl, which makes sense.
It does, but it doesn't really work that way.
No, not at all. I don't know if I've ever seen an exact Super Bowl team come back the next year. There's always new blood or guys leave or...
That's just it. Everyone that says dynasty, it's kind of the infamous argument to it. It comes down to your coaching staff and kind of your QB manager.
Yeah.
Because these teams don't play the same way. If you stack the same guys for 4 years in a row, you might win once.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, other teams are going to get better. If you barely beat the Bengals, unfortunately, there are some teams that will play better football next year. So we'll see, I guess. Do you have the Rams winning next year?
I don't.
Do you have them getting close next year?
I think they'll be in contention. They're just watching how they played. They came out strong. I think their QB is going to work out for them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like I hope it does, honestly. I'm curious to see if their coach stays there for like a long, long time.
I don't think it'll be a long time. I think it'll be like 2 or 3 years. We see him kind of move on. I think if the next 2 years go poorly, he's gone.
I agree with that. But if they can at least make playoffs, I think it could be some additional time.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, or even if you make the championship game, not even the Super Bowl, if you make the championship game, you're probably guaranteed for 5 more years.
Exactly.
Because at least you're seeing continued success.
What do you so football aside though, kind of what is your opinion of the halftime show?
I mean, if I was 35, I had the time of my life, honestly.
Yeah.
But no, in all honesty, you had 5 very good artists. Honestly, some of the greatest of all time in their craft. It was kind of the first Super Bowl halftime show that was all hip hop, basically.
Yeah.
And I did like that. But, I mean, I didn't think there was a whole lot of energy coming from the performers, honestly. I think Mary J. Blige had the most energy, and arguably that was the one I knew the least about.
I agree with that. Kendrick did pretty good.
Yes, Kendrick did do pretty good, but I felt when 50 was singing, it was just, he was there. Like, I understand these guys are old.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem super energetic. You know what I mean?
I agree with that, and it's funny. I'm a little older than you, although I feel like we've listened to a lot of the same stuff for this.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that I enjoy this more because I honestly think if you want to go into the rap aspect of it, different generations, if you would have had Offset, Migos,
oh, it would have been terrible.
That stuff going, I think the energy would have been higher for the crowd, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think it would have been a step down in class for what we witnessed.
100%. And I think that's almost too young for a Super Bowl audience.
Yeah.
Right? Because if I was to guess, your average Super Bowl viewer is like a 31-year-old male.
And it's not even the viewer. I'd be pissed off because it's not all fucking 16 through 27 sitting at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Those tickets are like $5,000 a pop.
Yeah, no shot. So they did cater to the crowd very well, I found. I just wanted to see a little bit more energy out of 50 and a little bit more from Dre. I understand these guys are old, but
and I agree. I think especially 50, whatever. I'm not the biggest fan. He did well, and I like his music for that part of it.
yeah.
But Dre, I think, always sets that persona where he's not expected.
Yeah, he is kind of
he's
just
the
there.
OG of it, that he's that producer feel,
yeah,
right?
I agree with that statement. But no, I didn't have higher expectations, but I just wanted it to be a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more banging and faster.
I agree with that, and I think the only higher hope that I had for that to where you would have seen that would have been more out of their stage setup.
Yeah, what a terrible setup.
I thought that was boring.
Like, you fucking only show your attractions to half the fucking stadium.
Yeah.
Like, that was terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong, it wasn't as bad as the Weekend last year with whatever the hell he had going on. Yeah, with whatever he had going on, but it was poorly set up. And
so to compare that in the rap avenue, because that was their whole thing coming into this, they wanted to bring hip hop and that culture properly to the Super Bowl because they acknowledge the fact that like it's big in football.
Yeah.
Like it's part of the entire NFL culture, obviously.
Yes, it's huge.
So they wanted to do an homage to that. Do you think it would have been better with kind of the top of our current popular rap games? Like if you bring in someone like Drake, put it this way, do you think that would have been more hype if it was like the Drake Kanye show?
No, I don't. I don't think Drake quite goes hard enough for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I think with all the fucking depression and negativity
yeah, I know, taking out of the social aspect
that is surrounding a Cloud Kanye right now. No, but like that aside, I don't think Drake's the right fit for the Super Bowl. I think he is a hip hop artist, but I don't think he's like the hard rap that a lot of the NFL is looking for.
Yeah.
And with Kanye, Kanye's got some good songs, but I can't fucking stand listening to him for more than like 4 minutes. If we're totally honest here. Like if I hear one Kanye song, it's like, great, give me something else.
Yeah.
But I think if you would have had maybe like, I would have liked to see maybe Post Malone.
Yeah, actually, that would have been interesting.
But that almost falls into the same thing as Drake. Like, he is a little softer of a rapper.
Yeah, and he rides a bit to us currently on the pop side, too.
Yeah, but I think that would have been a little bit more higher energy because watching him in clips, it looks like he does perform with a lot of energy. Like, even when he's very drunk and whatever, he is having a very good time, and he is a high-energy man. Maybe not the right fit. Like you said, he is kind of a pop guy, but I would have liked just to see more energy. That's my only complaint.
Fair enough.
I mean, I don't have the same complaint as everybody else saying 50 lose some weight, but...
I was trying to avoid that.
Oh, were we? Oh, sorry.
Well, and that's just buying into the whole thing. There's, what is it? The shit going around on the internet, and to everyone, use your brain and use your own opinions on this.
Yeah.
Because there's, what is it, Mary J. Thighs.
Yeah.
And, yeah, $1.50.
Yeah. We have to keep in mind that these people are in their 50s.
Well, and that's just it. And it's like, who cares?
And 50 looks good for 55 years old or whatever the fuck he is. If I'm that ripped at 55, I'll be stoked. Honestly. Exactly.
Sitting behind all these keyboard warriors is people that just shit on people that do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's nobody's that opinion will actually ever matter. I don't even care if I offended anyone there.
Fair enough.
If you're sitting on your keyboard typing fuck fat 50, then fuck you, guy. Okay. So, has next year's been announced yet, the halftime show?
I don't think so. No? I think normally they pass it on a little longer.
I don't even know where it is next year.
Let's find out.
Doesn't even say yet. All right.
State Farm.
Oh, Glendale, Arizona. Interesting. Okay.
But no, I don't think they'll do the halftime show. It's normally like 6-7 months ahead?
Yeah, maybe September we'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad then. Let's carry on then. Golf is getting into full swing.
Yeah, we watched a lot of last weekend's tournament.
Yep, we watched Waste Management, and we have the Genesis this weekend, I believe. Genesis Open.
Yes, because there's a few people not playing.
Yeah. So let's talk about last weekend. Huge week at the Waste Management, honestly. We have, who the hell won it? I know it went into a playoff. 3 holes, I believe. Are you pulling it up right now?
Trying to, yeah.
No. But either way, we had 2 hole-in-ones in the weekend.
We did, yes.
First time in 8 years, 9 years?
7 or 8, yeah.
Yeah, I think 2013 was the last time that happened. I want to ask your opinion on it because there's been a lot of complaints from, I'm going to call them big-time YouTubers, but is it too much to see in golf guys throwing beer cans and celebrating like that?
I fucking loved it.
I fucking loved it too. Absolutely. I just know, we'll call it as it is. Rick Shields, Guy Sharnrock, on their podcast, they basically just ranted about it.
What, negative ways?
Yeah, they hated it. There was dents in the green. It caused one of the putts to hit a beer can divot and threw it into the air, and they just shit on it. But it's like, guys, this tournament really doesn't matter when you look at it. Scotty Scheffler won. There we go. So Scotty Scheffler beat Patrick Cantlay in 3 playoff holes, I believe. 3 or 4.
Yeah, actually, that went on for a while, too. But hold on, just going back to a sec on that. I agree in the fact that it sucks that it takes out of the game because that's what these PGA tours boast about. It's all about playing in the top pristine conditions. Like, it's always said that if you want to go and play on a PGA tour course, do it 2 weeks or so before tournament.
Yeah.
If you can get a tee time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this strikes into the whole thing about what we've been talking about, the mentality of what the tour golf is. And we're going to touch on this a little later because it's starting to impact more and more things to do with politics.
Yeah.
To get kind of the Scrooge people
It's the old boys club.
It is.
Yeah, it's always been the old boys club, and we're trying to get away from that. Is what's happening.
And like I laugh at this because it makes watching that weekend and the hole-in-one stuff, and just the crowds going wild as we get into these overtime holes. It makes me feel like I'm watching a fucking Happy Gilmore.
Well, exactly, and all the pre-tournament antics like you actually had a lot of YouTubers play in the Pro-Am during the week.
Yep.
Like we had Garrett Clark from Good. You had Snappy Gilmore. I don't know if you've seen him.
No.
He's the guy that hits the one-arm bombs. So he was there. We had, Rick Shields' friend, Peter Finch. He was there. Like, they did invite a lot of YouTubers. They tried to make it a very fun week during the week for practice round, for the Pro-Am, the celebrity dinner with, like, Michael Phelps, with the guy from The Bachelor. Like, yes, this was a PGA event, but it was also a fun weekend for everyone.
Yeah.
This isn't the Masters when you go, you have your dinner right after your round and you go home to visualize tomorrow's round.
Yeah.
I'll guarantee a lot of these guys are playing hungover.
Get the difference, like, well, maybe, but it's still like for them. I always find the Waste Management when you come into the season, whoever plays in it, like they try hard because it seems to set a very good pace for the rest of the year.
Yes, I agree.
But with that, it's more exciting to me to see the fun that's going on. And I didn't hear any bad press from some of the older golfers that were playing. Like, as far as I could see, the golfers themselves even enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got guys taking their shirts off.
Well, that's what I mean. You get into that, and yeah, you're on hole 16. Even like I can't remember the exact quote from Brooks, but he's like, I'm here for the crowd. I live for this kind of thing.
I mean, these guys are having a fun time, and that's still Brooks shooting 15 under on the weekend.
Yeah. And you can't tell me, like, and I get if it affects your game. If anything, put in a rule that, like, if you hit a fucking beer can divot and you can prove it, that you get a reshot. Like, just do something to do with that. Because I would hate to see you lose hitting a divot caused by that, but at the same time, it's your responsibility as a pro golfer to see that.
Yeah, I mean, how often do we see guys walk 40 feet in front of their ball marker to fix what looks like an impression on the green?
Yeah.
It's no different than I'm sure a beer can leaves a bigger divot than a golf ball. You should be able to see that, not putt right through it.
And I could be wrong with this, but I view it as if you're a professional golfer, you've done this for so long, why not have your stadium erupt, like kind of Super Bowl feeling if you get your hole-in-one and the crowd goes fucking nuts and has liquor everywhere. Like, you being in that situation, that would probably be once in a lifetime.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Why would you not want that rather than everyone, shh, no, be quiet.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially...
Or like your little prude claps. No.
No.
Just erupt.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Give me the recognition I deserve. I like that because I feel like with the Waste Management, it is like a younger tournament.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there was a lot of big names. Like, Brooks was there. John Rahm was there. JT was there. But you also had new guys or guys coming from, like, the European Tour. Like, Sahith Theegala, very new on tour, played exceptional all weekend. And you have your young guys that play European Tour. Schauffele, Cantlay, Scheffler. They're all top 5 in this tournament.
Yeah.
So these are young guys. Like, let them have some fun. I love it.
And I'm curious to see if, I haven't seen anything yet, if the league's going to come out with any press for that. I hope they don't.
Imagine.
I hope they just let it slide.
Yeah, I mean, even the PGA Tour Instagram shared Joel Damon taking his shirt off.
That's what I mean. They're putting that everywhere, which is good.
Yeah, they're having fun with it.
You
I
go
really
back
hope.
15 years and you have, I don't know, some old prune that was the head of the division at the time. He'd be rolling in his grave right now.
Oh, God. Tiger untucked his shirt. Somebody go hand him a fine. Come on. So we got Genesis Open this weekend. Have we seen any of that yet? I watched yesterday's round a little bit, but that was about it.
The only thing I know for that is, as far as I know, Bryson will not be playing.
Yeah, he is
Phil
not.
will not be playing.
He is not. Yep.
That's the only two that I've seen for sure.
I saw Spieth shot like a 65 on Thursday, so I haven't seen the standings, but I know he is doing well already. And I lied. Apparently, he fell right off.
Scheffler and Thomas are doing well. Hovland's up there.
See, so this is another kind of tournament where
McIlroy's not. Rory, what's going on?
We have few big names, but a lot of these young guys that are coming in. This is another one of those early season tournaments with young guys, and I like watching these. These look fun.
Yeah. That's the same thing, actually. Today, I don't know, we're recording Saturday at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I got to go home and do some stuff. I'm going to go throw the tournament on the TV kind of thing and
absolutely.
putt around with it.
So I'm glad with the direction the PGA is going. That's kind of my summary of it all.
Okay, so I'm glad you summaried it like that.
Oh, good.
Because we're going to move into it. The press that's coming out around the PGA and Phil Mickelson.
And the Saudi League.
We kind of touched on this before about I hope it forces the league to change.
Yes.
As in the PGA. And there was an interview that came out this week with Phil Mickelson touching on more or less the same thing. So as it sits right now, I don't know to the extent of it. Phil is extremely on board with the Saudi League as in their management team kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if you read into this quote, actually, we'll post it up too, just in case you guys care. He's helping it out. He went out of his way to hire some attorneys as well to help build the league, build the rules that are going into the new Saudi League.
That's nice.
And so what's going on with this, obviously it's like before. The PGA pretty much hates you if you have anything to do with this.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're saying you can't play in both leagues. They're trying to beat down the Saudi League before it even starts.
Yeah.
So what's come to light with that is Phil says he doesn't agree with that. There should be a way to either play around in both, but he's using the Saudi League as a way to force the PGA to change how they do it. And this is just my impression. It seems like a lot of it right now is coming down to financials.
Interesting.
So read this article, and it comes down to he thinks that the PGA is pocketing a lot more money than they should be, and it's making it harder for these new golfers to come out and have a chance to make a go at this. Because if you know anyone that's come up on the tour, everyone's doing it. They're doing 40 hours a week being a course pro somewhere, doing lessons, all this crap.
Yeah.
And then they're doing their training on top of that. They don't have sponsors for these travels and stuff like that. When you have to travel for 4 days with almost 2 golf bags worth of crap, plus your luggage, it's not cheap. It's not easy.
Yeah.
So he's come out and said, like, the PGA Tour is great at catering to its top 25, and that's about it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Dictate a lot of stuff in the league. They listen to what they say, and his big thing that he's saying is that the below 25 players don't have a voice.
I agree with that in later season tournaments.
Yeah.
Because like I said earlier, with the tournaments we're playing right now, Waste Management, Genesis, whatever the hell's next weekend, you don't have the top 25 guys there.
Yeah.
You have Spieth and JT. That's about it. John Rahm played last week. He's not this week. Like, there is a lot of young guys in these tournaments, but I do agree with the PGA is pocketing way too much money off this. Like, yes, the purse this weekend is $12 million. And, yeah, that's a lot of money. Like, honestly, $12 million would be great. But you're telling me they can't up it to, like, 40 for first?
Well, and that's just it. It's the trickle down. Because, yes, you top 5 in the money, you're in the money. You're laughing. You've paid for your trip.
Yeah.
You've paid for your year in the sense of, like, living normally. Sort of your lifestyle, obviously. But that's what I mean. If it's you've just made the cut, you're last man in the money, and you take your 10 grand.
Yeah, that doesn't even pay for your weekend.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous.
So, and that's what he's pushing on. And the counter to this, and I haven't looked into it, and I'm sure it's true, but Rory, who is chairing for the PGA right now, he came out with a counter to this saying that they're not hiding anything, as in, so it's official that the PGA gets privately, like third party audited yearly, and those numbers are available.
Okay.
So he's saying that, like, you could see where the money goes, your argument's null and void, blah, 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 blah. But you can't tell me, and as far as I checked, the numbers for 2021 aren't out yet. But the purses did not increase this year, and the uptake in golf viewership and their broadcasting
was
records
incredible.
Were off the charts this year.
Shattered records all year at every event.
Yeah.
I think that's super weak of Rory to support that, honestly. Like, sure, you can see where all the money goes, but, like, I'm going to play the fucking devil's advocate right now. Every billion-dollar industry knows how to hide money.
Yes.
Like,
No doubt.
It's what you do.
Yeah.
That's just what you do. Like, I don't care if you can, quote-unquote, prove how much money is going to your players and how much went into your TV deals and all this shit. If you're not an idiot, you can hide money.
I 100% agree with that.
I'm very surprised that Rory is like that because he did come from overseas. Like, he started European Tour very young, albeit. Like, he hopped on PGA when he was 19 or 20, I believe.
Yeah, but at the same time, and I like Rory as a golfer. I don't know him at all as a league politician.
No, me either.
But the funny thing is you look at that player, and it kind of goes to what Phil said, where he has been
In the money
favorite
all
of
his
the
life.
league.
Yes.
Like he's the PGA's golden boy.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to hear, like, obviously I do want to hear, but I don't want to hear Rory's opinion. I want to hear Victor Hovland's opinion.
Yeah.
Somebody who's still grinding every week to try and make cuts. Well, he's playing great this weekend, but to try and get invitations to these PGA Tour events.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. But Mickelson was saying, these guys running the Saudi League are not great guys.
No.
Yes, they're great businessmen, but quote unquote, they are scary motherfuckers to get involved with.
And again, I don't think that's a secret. And that's
No,
been
it's
a
not.
big part of the Saudi stuff from the start, from Saudi, whether it's F1 into golf now, because they have some LGBTQ problems and personal
women's
opinion
rights
problems,
and
stuff like
yes.
that. Like, there's huge issues there, and that alone, like, doesn't matter what the money is, what the purse is. That's kept a lot of people away from there to play in events, to go there for special events, to go for sponsorships, tons of stuff like that. And I'm okay with that. If that's your personal opinion and it clashes with yours, you have the right to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And hopefully they see their ways change it, whatever. I'm not going to dive into that.
Yeah. That is deeper than we have knowledge on.
But the point of it is, yes, that's when it comes down to it, they're just trying to throw money to get it to go.
Yeah.
And that's what people acknowledge, jumping on the bandwagon. That's why Phil's there. He's like, they've got the money, and why not try and make it a good thing, because then it at least fights the PGA. He's not there because they're all his best friend kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's there as a business decision, but I do like him getting involved with helping with the rule book.
Yeah.
Because I think you need more professional golfers doing your rule book. Like, yes, I'm sure the guys that make the rules have thought about the rules for a very long time.
Yeah.
But when the hell was the last time they played a round of golf for $12 million?
Also true.
Right? Like, the fact that you can't move your ball 2 inches to the left out of somebody's divot from 5 minutes ago is retarded. Like, if you're in the fairway and then you go 2 inches to the left, I'm sure it does not impede your play at all.
Yeah.
You should be rewarded for hitting a fairway, not penalized because somebody else hit a fairway in the round yesterday.
I agree with that as well.
So I like having a real golfer do the rules, or at least help with the rules, instead of the old boys.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what it is.
And, I do agree with that.
All right. I'm still going to support it.
I want to see it come out and do what it's supposed to do, and I hope the PGA has to react to it.
Yeah.
Because the writing in the mud that Phil has put out there is that if this goes to full fruition and the PGA doesn't do anything and they won't change, his quote out there is that he's got pretty much like 20 to 25 players ready to jump ship, and it's not like a bunch of no names.
Yikes. That'll be big.
Yeah.
PGA will have to react. All right. I want to do one thing because we got a lot on gaming this week, but I have one thing I want to talk about before. Did you see the new celebrity beef? Billie Eilish and Kanye West?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So, Billie Eilish, whatever the hell she is, young 20-year-old girl, at her latest performance, I don't know what the hell you want to call it, concert. She stopped her concert because one of her fans was having
the
breathing
asthma
problems
attack
or something. Yeah, she's having an asthma attack, and she kind of subtly calls out, "Oh no, I make sure to stop and make sure my fans are okay before continuing." So, honestly, a blatant shot at Travis Scott and what happened.
Yes.
Now, Kanye has kind of hopped on the Scott bandwagon and saying he didn't know before it escalated to what it was. Like, you're not a hero because a girl was having an asthma attack, and because she kind of held the rest of her concert hostage, that's what he called it, by refusing to perform until the fan got her inhaler. He's now said he will not perform at Coachella until Billie Eilish apologizes to Travis Scott.
I did see that, actually.
What the fuck is happening?
To start this off, I think Kanye's got enough shit on his plate to deal with.
Like, go deal with your divorce. Like, Go beat up Pete Davidson. Stop picking on Billie Eilish.
But to the point, and I think it was right that she stopped for the medical help. So be it. I don't think it's holding it hostage as long as you do it right. You can be brief about it, make sure she's okay, or at least get your correct people to go and check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Send the medical staff.
I do disagree with the fact that like trying to call him out on that kind of.
Yeah, it's like, yes, what happened was terrible. Yes, those lives that were lost that's terrible. Anytime it happens, that's terrible. But it's a different event, and it's a different scale, and it's different people that are attending these concerts.
It is, and I think you're using that. I don't know. That's too much of a pop dig. That's all I view it as.
It's like, who the fuck are you? Like, yes, you are an up-and-coming, very good female singer. But this guy doesn't care about your opinion. Like, Travis Scott, I'll guarantee, slept fine after she said that.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why are you even taking shots at him fucking 3 months after this all happens?
I don't think you'll ever know the answer to that.
I won't, but I really want to.
But that's just it now. It's relevant again. This has happened. Who's the next one that's going to do it?
Yeah, no shit. I'm sure we'll see something at Coachella. It's coming up, what, in a month or so? Something bad will happen. It always does.
Yeah.
Party safe, people.
Someone's going to get mad at Steve Aoki soon for caking people.
That
icing was hard. That hurt. You're getting
I
sued.
hate you. Oh, my God. Let's move into games. We got a lot to talk about. All right. Where do you want to start here? You got a lot on the list. I got some on the list.
Let's just take it easy then. We kind of looked into some clips now, but for anyone that was on the cyberpunk disappointment wagon from everything that was promised, they kind of fixed it, made it better up until, I don't know, 4 months ago or so. Like it was semi-playable.
Yeah, playable, but not the quad A game that was promised.
Right. So now at least, apparently the bugs are much better. There's still the odd one. So be it. It's a very big game for that. But they've come out with a 60 gigabyte update, mainly based around graphic fidelity. So it pushed a big update for all your next gen stuff.
Yeah, mostly console based.
Yes, but it also incorporated. It already had RTX on PC to a point.
Yeah.
So now you have full RTX, DLSS. So the graphics, to me personally, looking at it, they got a huge upgrade. Like it looks really, really nice.
Yeah, and I haven't played it since the update. I did play it before this big update, kind of after all the bugs were ironed out.
Yeah.
And it did look very good. I have not played it since this new update. But yeah, like you said, the new clips look very good. But if you're only getting 60 FPS, I almost would rather have even 120, like you should be able to get on consoles, without RTX. Because you should be able to do that on your next-gen consoles.
Yeah, I guess I agree, just from what I can see on paper, because I'm not a big console guy anymore.
No, me either. We both don't have the next-gen. I personally don't plan on getting it, but it is a mini computer at this point.
Yeah, it is. And the reason they run so well is it's so integrated. Like, it's properly built for the hardware available.
Yeah, so all the clips we saw were 30 or 60 FPS.
Yeah, there was nothing pushing higher.
I'm not playing a single game at 30 FPS. I don't care what it is. I'm not going to do that. That's like you're asking for a fucking headache.
Yeah, we noticed on the YouTube clip, like, what is wrong with this
Yeah,
clip? What's
it looked
going
like
on?
shit until we realized, 30 FPS counter in the top corner.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play any game at 30 FPS. I don't even really want to play a game capped at 60.
No, very rare. Like, I can't even tell you the last time I have now.
No. Maybe if it is like a slow story-driven game, but there is a lot of loud like content in Cyberpunk. There's a lot of bright fighting. There's a lot of fast-paced action. The cars, the driving. That's not shit I want to do at 60 FPS.
I'll get on my high horse here and say I'm miserable if I'm not pushing 240.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. Like, sure, 1440p on a console is great, but not at 30 or 60 FPS.
Yeah. And actually, that's my only devil's advocate to it, because I'm still a proponent of 1080p gaming. 2K is not bad on PC, but when you get into the size of panels, whether you're 25, 27, 32 is a little different. But when you push these panels to do 4K, it's tough on PC because everything's getting very tight. Everything gets scaled kind of funny unless you do your counter scaling to fix it.
Yeah.
So like everything gets very small. It looks awesome, But as far as competitive gaming goes, it's very difficult because it's hard to see shit.
Yep.
And then when you get into these big, vast, open games, same thing. All these details look good, but they're super small, and it kind of makes your screen very busy. And I think that's something the consoles do really well, because some of these games are pushing up to 120 now. But the point to remember is almost everyone now has a 4K TV.
Yeah, and it's also 60 inches or bigger.
Exactly. So that works really well there. It scales really well. And I think I don't like it because I am a PC player, but if that's the counteract to it, if you can play 120 at 4K, you're awesome. Even like a steady, no buffer 60, okay.
Yeah, at
but you
4K, I'm not upset with 60.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And then when you get in, the only thing that bugs me is that all these new, not all, a lot of these new games are coming out. They're built for console and come to PC as a second thought. And then we get these 4K. It doesn't matter necessarily the graphic quality, but they will not push 240 because they don't like to.
Yeah.
I get more bugs trying to just push a game that can easily, like my rig can handle easy, but it just tears and tears and tears at 240 because it wasn't built for it.
Yeah, and I agree with that. It's brutal. I mean, I understand everybody has their gripe about the PC Master Race, but some things are just better to play on PC, and I want to see them ported over better, like you said.
And that's
they're
just
built
it.
for console,
it's
and they
so
don't run
much
nicely.
more that a console is becoming a PC, so you can't even really shit on that argument anymore.
Yeah, like sure, shit
You
on
put
the
that
on the cost of my graphics card all you want, but
that's just it though. If you were to upload the basic running OS for PS5 or Xbox into one of our PCs, all it turns it into is a $5,000 Xbox.
Yeah,
like that's the only difference.
Yeah,
your hardware's better. Everything else runs the same.
Yeah,
and
true.
You watch it. There's going to be more of this. It's going to be Xbox 20 Pro Ultra is going to be $4,000 and be able to push all this crap and stream and blah 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 blah.
Maybe
at one point.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. Okay, well, I don't know. I might go back to it. Like that's kind of what I'm saying. I might go back to Cyberpunk. We'll see.
I'll give it a go the next time it's on sale for sure.
Yeah, I made a mistake and bought a full pin fucking a year ago, so don't spend the $80 on it. That's for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, what else do we got?
What do you got up here about Halo?
Oh, DICE and EA are upset.
Okay.
I don't know if you've noticed or heard, but Battlefield 2042 was a dumpster fire.
No, I didn't hear that at all.
Okay, so last week, Battlefield 5, which is the generation prior,
yeah,
had 10 times more concurrent players than Battlefield 2042.
Wow.
Not even a fucking contest.
You know you fucked up when?
Yeah. So EA and DICE kind of had a internal meeting turned into a press review or press release addressing the failure that was 2042.
Yeah.
Saying, yes, it came out with a lot of bugs. Yes, the multiplayer failed. Yes, the beta was terribly done. Like they admitted that this game was a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
But then they also looked for cop-outs immediately after. So they said, well, when you throw in a global pandemic in the middle of a quadruple A development, it's like, well, it's tough to blame because a lot of good games came out this year.
Yeah.
Or last year or whatever.
Well, you're in an industry where anyone can work from home.
Yeah, especially at a billion-dollar company.
Yeah.
Numerous billion-dollar company. So they kind of tried to blame the pandemic a little bit. That didn't go over super well. And then the secondary cop-out was, well, we lost a lot of our player base because Halo Infinite came out, and it came out really well. So EA and DICE are, yes, we made a shit game, but 343 made a really good game, and that's what hurt us. It's like, no, that's not.
Well, not even that. Even if that's what it is, guess what? You've just owned up to saying you suck.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I took out of that.
Sorry, 343 is a better developer than you.
Yeah. They more or less just gave everyone that is thinking about playing the new Battlefield, just, no, go play Halo instead.
Go play Halo.
It's better.
They did it better than us. But I hear that shit, and it's incredible because aside from you and I don't know a whole lot of guys that'll flick between Battlefield and Halo.
No, that's not in the same.
If you play Battlefield, chances are you play COD. Or if you play Halo, chances are you play COD. If you play Halo and you play Battlefield, that's a fucking surprise to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, you can't... Like, could you imagine if, like, FIFA 2022 came out and, like, yeah, I mean, our game sucked, but Super Mario this year was really good, so...
Yeah, it fucked our release.
Yeah, What a fucking cop-out, man.
I don't know. It's getting worse and worse, though. I've heard that for more and more things in every industry. COVID cop-out.
Well, COVID cop-out, and our competition's better than us, and the game we released 3 years ago is still better than the one we released this year.
I just hope that whoever high management was responsible for those words in that press release gets fucking canned, or at least gets a major fucking pee-pee slap.
It's not a pee-pee slap because it was made by a lady.
Okay.
So I have not heard any repercussions from that meeting other than not EA themselves, but DICE has since denied those comments. Said, no, we didn't.
Really?
No, we didn't say that. No, we didn't say that.
So it went so badly they had to deny the press release even happened.
Yeah.
That's
because
awesome.
It was supposed to be an internal meeting, allegedly. So they just denied it. No, that didn't happen.
I'd
no,
love
it's
to
not
sit
Halo's
in on
fault.
one of those meetings because you hope it's just like one of the ones where whoever sits down at the end of the table is just like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. It's like, so this isn't really a meeting as much as it is damage control.
Yeah.
What a fucking shit show.
That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't checked. Is it actually free to play now?
Not yet. They have almost 200,000 signatures trying to get refunds. But DICE is just shady as hell. So
Yeah.
they're definitely not doing that. If you're able to contact your credit card company to get the charge reverted, DICE or Origin will just IP ban you.
Classic.
Yeah, so it's not even like an account ban. It's like a straight up IP ban.
Yeah.
So nothing's really going well in that. They don't want to make it free to play because they're still getting sales because there's at least 200,000 people that bought it because they want their money back.
That's so brutal.
Yeah, and Battlefield 5 is booming.
At least they didn't try and go with like a Game Pass version of this. That would have fucked them.
That would have been hilarious. I'm sure it'll come because this game sucks. They have to get players somehow.
Yeah, but they can't do that without a major patch or fix.
Why not? Why not just let it go as it is now?
Well, they can, but that's what I mean. If you try and switch it to anything seasonal or Game Pass, it's just people are going to be, I'm not spending more money on this.
Yeah. If you give me my $80 back, I'll buy your $15 battle pass.
Yeah, done. All day long.
Good deal.
You probably recuperate more money that way, to be honest.
Fuck. Incredible.
And maybe do a hot fix once a year.
They did. The hovercrafts don't fly anymore.
That makes me not want to play it more, to be honest.
All right. What else we got? A lot of movies coming out. Movies turned into games. Games turned into movies.
I want your opinion on that.
I fucking hate it.
Do you? Because that's what the point is. So a lot of it now we're seeing, it seems like these big games from anywhere in the last 10, 12 years are getting a lot more hype, and we're seeing them come in. And I'm poking this more towards movies than I am TV shows. Because TV shows I find have more time to do the games better.
Yes.
Like we've talked on it. Like we like The Witcher a bit. Halo to be seen. Like they're changing enough.
Not by me.
We've talked on
that. It won't be
that.
seen by me. Yeah, you're right. We did talk on that. I'm not watching that shit.
You'll have to at least try it. But my point is,
Chevy Tahoe. That's all I'm saying. Carry on.
a lot more of these games are fighting for movie contracts now. And I'm curious what you think about that. There's been one in the works bouncing around for a long time, and that's Gears.
Yeah, and I want to see that as a movie because that is one game that I almost exclusively just played the campaign for. There was a huge competitive scene for that game.
Yeah.
But that is one game that I could play the campaign front to back, all 4 games, because I didn't play 5 or 6 or whatever the fuck it was. I think I stopped at 4.
Yeah.
But I could play those first 3 front to back, time in and time again, because I loved the campaign. And if I can see Dave Bautista as Marcus Phoenix,
Yeah.
I'll probably cry. I'll cry and get an erection at the same time.
Okay, so there you go. And I agree in the sense that game was so story driven. It's still a long enough story. Like I think it would be interesting to see it made into a movie, but it's just one that when you play through the game, it feels more movie-ish than you need of the length to draw it out into 15 episodes of a TV show.
Yeah, I think it would make a better movie than a TV show.
Because then you keep it, the pace is there, you keep it action-packed, etc.
Yeah, because there was a lot. Like, the cutscenes were huge in that game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you have Dom driving the tank truck into the Horde and blowing himself up. I mean, that's huge. I think that's the first time I cried at a video game, honestly. But, like you said, even with just the fast-paced cutscenes, because there is a lot of nonsense in the campaign of just walking around and shooting shit that can be skipped if they want to port this into a movie.
Yeah.
I think it would do better as a movie than a TV show. Like I just said, I'm not excited for the Halo show at all.
So then, and fair enough, we've talked on that. So the other one is coming to a TV show now is The Last of Us.
Is that with Tom Holland?
No.
What did he just do as a movie?
He did Uncharted.
Uncharted.
So yeah, him and Mark Wahlberg, there's another game to a movie.
Yeah. I think I would have watched that if it wasn't Tom Holland. Like, I like him as an actor, but he is not Drake for me.
No, fair enough.
Like, if I could have got a young Brendan Fraser, I would have done that. Just because that guy's funny as shit. But, no, I don't know who I would have picked, but I don't think Tom Holland is Uncharted for me. I haven't heard of The Last of Us yet. I've heard of it, but I don't know any of the details yet.
Apparently it looks really good. It's cool. A lot of it's filmed in Canada, actually. They did a major filming portion of it in downtown Edmonton.
Oh, okay. I did actually hear that. Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize that was for The Last of Us, but
yeah.
Okay.
Because that's got Pedro Pascal, like who plays the Mandalorian. He's the main character and one of the main characters.
Great. I've never seen that show either.
Anyways, he's in some other stuff that I know you haven't seen as well. He's very relevant right now.
So to be fair, I don't think I've seen or played The Last of Us, but that is
It was the PS4 one.
Yeah, survival game with the young girl as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I know the gist of it. Just based off a know-nothing guess, probably be a decent movie.
TV show, though. But that's what I mean. So it's the bounce around. I think I've played those games, and it's going to feel Walking Dead-ish, post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to suit the TV show better.
I never watched Walking Dead, so
to be determined.
Yeah, that's fair. And then what do you got? You got BioShock up here?
BioShock has been released now that they're moving that into a movie.
I think that'll be a great film.
I'm on the line with this one just because of BioShock, and it depends if they keep it like one game at a time.
I hope so.
Or if they do the universe more so. Because I think there's enough content there to make it a valuable TV show, but there's also enough high-paced interest to make it a 2 and a bit hour long movie and keep it really good.
Yeah, I think you could easily do a BioShock 1 movie, BioShock 2 movie, or like you said, I do agree, if they did the BioShock universe and rocked a TV show, I think they could do that as well.
Yeah.
But again, that kind of goes back to Gears. That's one of those games where the campaign is just so fucking good.
Yeah. The only thing I find interesting with that and how they'll have to deal with it, it almost works better as a movie because there's quite a big difference in what happens from like BioShock 1 and the pace and the grunginess of it to when you get to BioShock 3.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that would make it harder as a TV show, though.
Yeah, it depends. I think if it was a TV show, you pick your universe and you pick more of your timeline.
Yeah,
like
that's fair. I could see that. Okay. Well, man, I hate that. I'm like so on the. I think, like as the gist of it goes, I'm either going to be ecstatic or pissed off with every game that is named, like whether it's TV show or movie.
Yeah.
Every one I'm going to have a different opinion on. I can't really say no, I hate it, or yes, I love it.
No, fair enough then.
What about you? What do you feel? You like them?
Yes, I'm the optimist for that.
He says as he fucking pulls all his hair back and scratches his head.
Well, that's what I mean. I will always be the proponent for liking them. Like even Halo, I'm going in as optimistic as I can.
Chevy Tahoe.
But when they fuck it up, it ruins everything. Like there's been a couple that come back and try and save in the second season and stuff like that. And it's just, no, it doesn't work. You've ruined it.
Yeah.
You fucked the characters. Blah,
yeah, you
blah,
don't
blah,
get
blah.
a second chance.
It's no different than the old movies trying to do all these big book adaptations.
Yeah.
Where it's either it's amazing or it's absolute garbage. There's no like, oh, it kind of squeaked by. There's no in between.
Yeah, so I think the secret to that is just don't read. Because I've loved all the movies. Loved all the Harry Potters, loved all the Lord of the Rings, loved the Game of Thrones.
Yes, but the same counter argument goes to anyone that hasn't played video games. You're going to come out, there's going to be a huge cult following for the Halo TV show for people that have never played the game.
There won't. I'll guarantee you there won't. Because if I sit down with my wife on a Saturday night and I say, hey, this TV show looks good, you should give it a try. She'll say, Halo? Fuck that.
Yeah, but that's because she knows it's a game through you.
Doesn't matter.
It does.
You're going to look at this and you're going to know it's a video game.
any sci-fi space person that is too academic to game, putting it politely, may have an interest in it. That's all.
You think, I'm going to put it as politely as you did it, you think that any academically inclined sci-fi person that, yeah, exactly, that has enough free time to sit down and dedicate a TV show doesn't know who Master Chief is and where he's from?
But yes, you will know. That's just the thing. The scale of it is it's hard to get away from knowing what Halo is. But if you haven't played all the games and know the lore, you don't know how bad it's going to come out, right?
Okay, I agree with that.
That's my point.
Okay, I agree with that. You're right. You won't know how much of a dumpster fire that this show really will be. So as well as
they produce it well and it comes out finished, the product will piss off anyone that knows the lore because it's what it is. But anyone that doesn't know that, you can know what Halo is. Be like, yo, Halo TV show is fucking awesome. And then you're going to say that to a gamer. It's like, you're an idiot.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Fine. If you watch a show and you love it, don't talk to your friends that play the game.
To be determined. It's not a dumpster fire yet.
I like how you said it's not going to suck. Or you didn't say it's not going to suck. You just said it's not going to suck yet.
I said I'm optimistic. I'm not naive.
It'll suck. Okay. Last thing that I want to touch on before the end of this episode. There is a streamer in some serious hot water right now due to some... I'm going to call them human rights comments.
Okay.
So a professional Tekken player has been fired from a Japanese esports team. So Cyclops Athlete Gaming has fired this lady. Her name is Tanu Kana. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right.
Fair enough.
But she's apparently a fan of taller men, which is fine. Everybody's allowed their preference. She's 5'7", so she's not a short girl.
Okay. But
she said, she added that men under that height should look into getting bone lengthening surgery. Because, where's the other quote? Oh, she was surprised that was hurtful to shorter people, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So basically she said, I can't find the exact quote, but quote unquote, short men do not deserve the basic human rights. And if you're under 5'7", you should look at getting your bones lengthened.
I don't even have much to say on this other than she's an idiot.
Like, where does that come from?
You're coming out of a country, too, where like the average height is much lower than it is in North America.
Yeah, I don't know what the average height in Japan is, but I would be a monster over there.
Yeah.
Like, great, you're 5'7". You're not really a tall girl. Like, you're taller than average.
Well, she's probably tall for over there especially, but that's just, to me, that's some dumbass sitting on her high horse just preaching to no one.
Well, apparently preaching enough that she got fucking fired.
Well, and guess what? If you stand by that and you make that like a public statement surrounding your work, then you should be. Like,
yeah.
That's kind of arrogant.
Yeah, so she has since backpedaled on it and said, well, I didn't realize it was that offensive, and I didn't really classify that as hate speech, but it's going bad. So it's happened very recently. I think it was only 2 days ago or something. So we're still seeing. I haven't seen a release from the esports team from Cyclops Gaming yet.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see that release and see
we'll have to
if
follow up on that.
Yeah, and see if she can actually get signed anywhere else.
That's hilarious.
Like, what the fuck is happening?
I just don't get where that goes through your head. Where it's like, no, this won't hurt anyone's feelings.
Well, and like I follow Reddit. I'm an active Reddit user. And that's all you see. Like if you follow the our Tinder page or that kind of shit, all you see is like girls slamming guys for their height. How tall are you?
Really?
You over 6 feet? Like if you go on our Tinder and you just look at some of the pictures people post, it's like a bunch of guys that are like, "Oh, I was having a nice conversation until I had to tell her I was 5'11", and then they screen cap the post. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
That's fucked.
Like, yeah, you're allowed your personal preference, but
I don't know. That's going with the whole switch in generation where too many people are focused on dumb shit.
Incredibly dumb shit. Like, I make fun of guys that are 5'11" too, but it's usually just you. So
that's what I mean, though. It's guess what? Who cares?
Yeah. Like, fuck me. We gotta. I haven't heard anything from Twitch though. That's something that I would expect Twitch to be on.
I don't know. I think they're picking their battles a little more carefully. They get a user that comes on and starts the same stuff and slamming it, then they'll have to deal with it. But they won't, like, we've updated our policy now to include this or this or this. Like, they're keeping that away from everyone at the moment, I think.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. All right. We got to follow up on that, man. I'm excited to read that next week.
We will follow up on that.
Okay. So, we're going to watch the rest of the Genesis Open tomorrow, probably.
Yep.
I'd like to see who wins. That's a fairly big tournament for the beginning of the PGA.
I agree.
We got the basketball all-star game is tomorrow.
I seen that.
We're touching on that next week for sure because I watched the celebrity game, some of it last night, and it sucked, but that's okay. What else do we have to look forward to next week? I'm missing something. There was something I wanted to talk about this week, and I fucked it. Oh, Patrick Mahomes and Brittany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's been a little bit going on there.
Okay, and we're going to leave that for next
We're going to
week.
leave it for next week because I want to see if it goes any further than what it already has.
Interesting. I'm excited.
So if you
now.
know about it, and if you can find any research on it, send it to us because I've seen a couple clips this weekend already, and I am stoked. Other than that, I think we're moving on. We're done this week, I believe.
Yep.
So Cabo Wabo tequila.
Delicious. Highly recommend getting.
Good tequila.
Don't get it just to party with.
Do not get it to party. If you like tequila, buy it. If you drink tequila to get fucked up, don't buy it.
Yeah, you're just wasting your money at that point.
That's fair. Okay. I like it. As always, we appreciate everybody hanging out. We are every week we're one step closer to video reveal on this thing.
Yep.
And by one step closer, I mean today we positioned lights.
We did. We're getting there. It's a fucking process. That's all I could say. I can keep preaching it.
Yeah, I did not think about how hard this was going to be, but that's okay. We're getting through it. We appreciate the support. We've been getting a lot better on our socials.
Yep. Getting more input and everything. It's going good.
We are most active on Instagram and Twitter, I'd say.
I would say so, yeah.
We now have a subreddit.
Yep. That
link should be in our link tree, I believe.
Soon.
Okay, not on there yet. I believe it is r/the hard stuff or hard stuff podcast. Either way, it'll be on the link tree.
Yeah, we'll get it
by
all
the
linked
time
up.
this episode goes up. Hit us there, share some memes, share some stupid podcast ideas. That's probably the best place for ideas, criticism, other bullshit.
That
honestly.
or Discord.
Yeah, that or Discord. We are active on Discord all the time still. Other than that, we're having a great time. We're 20 weeks in already. Next week is my pick. I've already got a liquor planned.
Oh, excellent.
It is a very nice looking bottle, but I've got no faith in the liquor that's in it.
Even better.
So we'll see.
Alrighty then. Well, fuck. Until next week then, guys.
Appreciate it. See you later.